Okay, so welcome, and you guys know my name is Julie, and we're just going to do our Baptiste 75-minute flow today. And before we start, does anybody have anything I should know about before we begin? Speak now for hold your feet. Oh, okay. And you're monitoring that and being careful with your leg?
Try, yes.
Okay.
But if you see me cheat, that's why.
It's not cheating, it's taking care of yourself, and that's kind of why we come here anyway, right?
Right.
All right, well, we're going to begin in child's pose, please. So big toes together, knees slightly wide, letting your chest fall down to the mat. And maybe take your hands more like shoulder width apart. Breathe in through your nose. And let's exhale out of our mouths. And one more time, inhale. And exhale out. And then just breathe in and out through your nose. And this beginning part is just to get you here. To anchor in. To leave everything else behind. And it's really as simple, it's not complicated, it's as simple as just breathing and becoming aware of your breath and your body in this space. Of allowing room for that conversation between your breath and your body. Two more full breaths in Ujjayi if you haven't already done so. So sparking up and getting some noise in your throat. It will help you get present the more you hear and anchor in to your place. So a full inhale. Fill up from the lungs. Fill up fresh Thursday morning. Fresh breath, fresh start. On your exhale, spread your hands forward. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Pulling your heels down. And again, remember, it's this conversation, so for the first one, you don't have to be stiff. You can move a little, you can walk your dog. Maybe shaking your head around, yes, no. And then really take a moment to feel into your hands, index fingers, dial to the front of the room, press in through the palms. Wake up your arm muscles, turn your elbow pits just slightly out so you create space in the backs of the shoulders. Inhale long through your spine. Pull your sits bones up and back. Exhale, how much can you draw the center of your heart towards your thighs? While staying anchored in your hands and feet. You're creating this connection between hands and feet. You're not just hanging out, you're pressing in equally. Getting your rhythm of your breath, try to even it out, inhale and exhale. And take one more inhale and open your mouth and heels lift. Bend your knees, exhale, completely look and step or hop between your hands, feet between your hands. And lift halfway. Shoulders back away from your ears, Ardha Uttanasana, navel up and in towards your spine. How much can you pull length from the sides of the waist? If you're pulling, you're going to plant the crown of your head forward and your sits bones back without locking your knees. Take one more breath in. Pull into the back body. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Ragdoll. So be generous in bending your knees, maybe even spread your feet further. Maybe rock around and really take time to find your feet, your foundation. So you're grabbing opposite elbow with opposite hand, and you're allowing for space to be created in your spine. So this is not about fighting yourself today and fighting the natural things that occur, and your knees even more. It's about creating space and letting it happen. It's really simple. We overcomplicate. This practice is simple. It is your body. It is your breath. And you're just trying to get present. Trying to wake up into the person who shows up today. Exactly as you are. Exactly as you are not. And know that it is enough. Inhale. And again, exhale through a mouth. Loosen your jaw. Drop your hands. And build yourself up to standing. So build up all the way to Tadasana. Bone over bone, rising up. Next inhale, reach your arms up. Arms up, spread your fingers, eyes open as you look up. Standing back, then press through your feet, navel in, pit of the belly in. Hands touch, and then back to your heart center. Hands pressing together, eyes open. It makes a difference when you welcome in this space and get out of your head. That's for all of us. And we'll start together with 3 ohms. Inhale. Up, reach up, welcome, press breath. Exhale, dive over, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift long. Exhale, low push up. So hands down as you step or hop in the plank and lower. Upward facing dog, heart open to the orange wall. Exhale, roll back. Be louder in breath. Know that this is a journey that your breath and your body are on together. That's the journey of life. You can't really have one without the other. Sometimes we abandon one. But simply today, just try to bring them into union. That is yoga. It is not more complicated than that. Maybe we can all, since we're a small group or tight together, even breathe as one. Inhale. Everyone exhale. Heels lift. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, sweep up, stand up, navel in. Exhale, dive in, heart leads. Inhale, long in the back of your neck. Exhale, low push-up. One breath out as you lower. Up dog together, up dog together. Exhale, roll back on your toes, down dog. And then see here, can you get your breath evened out and together? Happens fast, but it's not a race. And if we're all together, the experience, we can share it together as well. Heels lift. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Lift halfway. Dive in. Inhale, rise up, navel into your spine, reach all the way up, look up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, long, long, long. Exhale, low push-up. So step or hop and lower breath out, hold. Up dog together, open your heart. Exhale, roll back. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. Last in. Exhale all the way out and then step or hop forward between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, dive down. Stand up, smile on your face, open heart for a brand new day. Exhale. Exhale, dive down. Lift halfway. Low push-up, low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. As you breathe in, get a sense of where your breath is right now. Like honest assessment. This is just trying to wake up. You're not trying to, conquer or fight. Just trying to tune in. So kind of loosen the hold on your expectations a little. Heels lift. Inhale and exhale, bring your feet forward. Lift halfway. Dive down completely. Let it all go. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Chair pose. Sinking low. Make sure your feet are at 12 and 6 and round it and spread your toes. Maybe send them off. Get some air underneath them. And then lower up to the floor. Hands up if you can, but shoulders back. Eyes open. Gazing forward. And you're already there, maybe take your eyes and lift them up, lift up through the hands, sink in lower. Can you sink in lower? This is a pose where we get to greet ourselves, not the shiny self that we hope would show up, the person we thought supposed to be the yogi, but the actual you on the inside. This pose really burns off that excess face stuff, and you'll see what really boils up. You have to really face it, and that's what I love about Baptiste yoga. It is not about the mask. You get to see what bubbles up. Is it fear or anger? Is it depressed? At some point, you have to make the switch to accept the person who showed up today. And when you get to that point, then you're in the pose. Sink deeper. Light smile, it's okay. Inhale, one breath together. Exhale, forward fold, great job. You can let that breath go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low push-up. Strong arms, strong core. Up dog, press through your hands. Exhale, pull your hips back to down dog. Right leg lift up to the sky. Keep even pressure in your hands. Keep the navel pulled in. Can you keep hugging into center and just extend and expand with one more breath in? Exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Warrior one. So you're anchoring strong to your back foot, even pressure between front and back, and wake up through the back leg. Can you bend into the front knee deeper, knee over the ankle? Head of the belly in so that you feel lifted and not weighed down by everything happening in your base. But we're reaching for what's possible. After we figured out who showed up, now what's possible? Drop your shoulders down so you don't look so stressed. Take your eyes open, look up, reach up. Hands down to your mat, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward dog on the exhale breath. Hold for another breath. It's okay. We're not in a hurry. Left heel rise up. We're still waking up into your body. So you really want to commit your hands to the mat. Press in strong through the palms so the arm muscles are awake, the shoulders drop back. Next inhale, how long can you get? Not how high can you get, how long can you get through your heel? Exhale, foot forward, warrior one, your left side. And so your breath in, as your breath comes in, you lift up. Exhale, can you sink in deeper? Pulling your hips forward, squaring yourself up. Ooh, some of us like to grip our toes, can we spread them a little? We have to grip our shoulders around up into our ears, can we loosen those? And then monitor the front ribs. Can you pull them in and broaden in the back body as you reach up and back. Heart open, eyes open. Exhale down to your mat. Low push up. Everybody together. Hold, breath out. Up dog, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Sun, he's still waking up. Keep your rhythm, commit to it. That's what this first part is about. You have to work hard to get the rhythm. And if you do the work to get it, then you should not let it go. Hold on to it, because that is the yoga from here, from breath, from your source. Heels lift, inhale. Exhale, empty, look, step or hop. And lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, dive in. We do this with a little more speed. Inhale, chair pose. Sink low, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Exhale, low push up. Up dog, inhale. Open your heart forward. Exhale, your heels pull back, your hips pull back. Right heel, rise up, reach it up. Exhale, empty as you place the foot between your hands, and warrior one, rise up, strong in your foundation. We're going to take an extra breath to let the heart open and leave this pose. Spread your fingers, eyes open. Exhale, empty down to low push up. Hold it with no breath. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Left heel, rise up, one breath. Exhale, empty, place it forward. Warrior one, rise up. Go for one breath, go deeper and lift higher. Exhaling, low push up. One breath out, wait for your neighbor, you're not in a race. Up dog. Down dog. And keep your rhythm and just listen to your breath. And listen to the breath around you. It's easy to come to the mat for ourselves. Like I need this, we say that a lot, I need yoga today. That's easy. But the goal of Yoga the Union is to realize you're not an island of yourself. And this is a community, whether you know the person next to you or not. So can you get in community with the people around you? Can you get in tune? Can you get your breath lined up? As we do 2 more sun Bs, we make it about us, about the community, about the union of ourselves in this world with other people. Get our breath together. 1, exhale, empty out so your neighbor hears you. Heels lift. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. So 2 more sun Bs. Lift. Louder in your breath. Exhale, dive. Chair pose. Inhale together. Hear it. Exhale, dive. Lift halfway. Low push up. So you're waiting for your neighbor. Get all the breath out. Up dog together. Down dog together. Right foot forward. Warrior one. 1 breath. It can be big. You can hold it at the top. Heart open. Exhale together. Breath out and hold. Wait. Up dog. And down dog. Left foot forward and warrior one. 1 breath to be big as you can get. Fill your space. Exhale, hands down, low push up. Up dog. Stay strong in your core. Downward facing dog. And enjoy these breaths here in down dog. If it feels crazy, a good sigh will help. That helps empty out. Start clean. Yeah, I love motorboats. Thank you, Carly. Everybody do that because you always look a little tense in your dog. Kind of scary for the camera, I'm just going to say. They're going to think I'm torturing you with those faces. 1 more. Complete exhale. We get to do 1 more fully together. I'm going to do it too. And then inhale, heels lift. Exhale, bend and hop or step forward. Lift halfway. Exhale, loud ujjayi so your neighbor hears you. Chair pose. Forward fold. Inhale. forward. Inhale, up, up, bigger, biggest. Exhale, low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Look up, reach up, go deep in your front knee. Exhale, hands down. Up dog. Down dog. And just notice if you feel a little more awake. And maybe take a moment to notice this down dog compared to the first one. Like what a difference you can make in your body in 10 minutes. What a shift. And if that little shift is possible in 10 minutes, what's possible from here? Shake your head around, like welcome it. Stop holding on to the expectations and the need to get it right today. Let's welcome a fun journey. Isn't that what life is meant to be? And our fingers and our toes to be lived. I want to be big. You want to be big? Shake your head, yes, because I know you want to be big. Great, right heel, rise up, fill your space into your heel, bend your knee and step open your hip, right over left. So your foot is coming in towards your bum and your knee is up towards the sky. Very good, flexing the foot. So not only are you getting into your hip, but you're opening into the whole right side of your body. You can even take a peek, eyes open. And if you choose, you could flip dog. Putting the feet down, walking your heels in towards your hands. And can you open your heart up and throw your head and your hand back? What happened to the breath? A breath in together. Plank pose, exhale. So zip yourself through center and hold here for a minute. Right hand down and open up to the left side plank. Toes towards the nose like you're pressing into earth. Tailbone down towards your feet. Lift your hips up higher. Look up at your top hand. How big can you get from your hand pressing into the mat to your hand reaching up into you don't know what's possible yet. One breath in. Exhale, low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Breathe in. Clean it out. My favorite part is that delete button. Because we're not dictated by one side or the other. We can start fresh with every breath. Fill your space. Left heel, rise up. Keep pulling your chest back. Fill your space and bend your knee stack open. Knee up high, foot in towards your bum. How open can you get in the left side? And then flip open as a choice to flip dog. Wrap your shoulder blades into your spine and press into the spine within and open up the chest. Press through your feet. Take an inhale, breath. Back to plank pose. Zip navel in, feet strong, and then side plank open to the right. Watch that left shoulder. Draw it down the back and away from your ear. Can you get long through both sides of the waist? Can you get out of your head, look up at the sky, and open your heart up. Take a breath in. Exhale, low push up. And up dog to down dog. Feel awake yet? Yes? That's what we're supposed to do, is feel awake. Feel ready to even start the practice. That was just a warm-up. Pull your shoulders back with good breath and down dog. Fill up with fresh breath. Exhale, empty out every little bit of that breath. Navel and start over. Heels lift. Bend your knees, look, step or hop. And lift halfway. Dive in. Chair pose. Chair pose. Hold for a minute. Not a real minute. You see the look of panic on your faces. Draw your shoulders down. So again, we cook, but now maybe there's a shift. Is there any shift between this and the first one? You know you're not going to hold it forever. Can you peek at your toes? Can you sink even lower? And lift out of your waist and reach up, look up, one breath in together. Forward fold. Lift halfway. Low push up. Up dog. Thighs lifted. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lift. Remember, get long, get strong, reach up. On your exhale, foot forward between your hands. High lunge. High lunge on an inhale. Oh, some of us are forgetting to breathe. How about everybody take your hands back down to the mat? You can start fresh right now. So right here, feel your back heel lifted like you're pressing into the air, like you're ready to take off. Not like you're sinking down. You're in an active position here. Back leg is plugged into your hip. Front leg is pulling back into your hip. So you are square. Empty all the breath out. Navel in. No breath. When the breath comes in, your heart lifts up. Spread your fingers. Open your gaze. And hold for 2 Ujjayi breaths. Strong in foundation. And letting the heart open and lift up. 1 breath in. Hands touch at the top. Into your heart as you lean, still staying firm in your foundation. Take your twist to the right. And yes, dropping the back knee is great. If balance is not your thing, we're getting into the healing postures, into the vitality, your life source, the center of self. Good 3rd chakra stuff here. Hands at the heart center, pressing. And if there's more room for the twist, spread your wings. Take your hand down to the floor, your hand to the sky. Long in the back of the neck. Can you look up at the top hand? What are you reaching for? Give it a name. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat. Anchor the back foot, warrior 2. So you're cartwheeling and opening up. Breathe. Tailbone down, remember, it is simple. It is your breath and it is your body. Don't make it any harder than that. Don't bring all that extra, excess stuff, because really, this is a hard practice and there's no room for it. How big can you get from fingertip to fingertip to fill your space? Bend them deeper to your front knee. You got it. Bend them deeper. You've got it. Knee out. Take an open eye. Breath in. Exhale. Sink even deeper, because why not? And exalt the warrior. Right side, lift up. So palm, lift up, stay bent into your front knee. And extended side angle on an exhale. Elbow to knee or hand to floor. Block. Remember, even pressure between your feet and your foundation. Tailbone, draw it to your back foot. And like you're opening the center of your chest, maybe to the white wall. Why not to the sky? Let that be the limit. Turn yourself open. Reach that top hand like you're going to touch your neighbor behind you or the wall to the left side of the room. Inhale, 1 breath. If you only have 1 breath. Exhale, hands to your mat. Low push up. Getting your flow up dog. Open heart. Exhale, roll back down dog. Shake your head around a little. What do you need to do to start fresh? To not be hindered by one side or the other. What can you give up? And it helps to really give it a name, and on an exhale, just think, left heel rise up. Exhale, foot forward and high lunge. So this inhale, do it right the first time. Fill up with your breath. Your vitality is in your breath. Your entire life force comes with that fresh oxygen. It fills your lungs, it fills your heart, it goes to your brain. Lengthen through both sides of the waist while you draw the ribs together, the shoulders back. 1 more breath in. Fully expand, eyes open, look up, go back. Exhale, hands to the heart and take your twist. Very nice. And you can drop that back knee again if you prefer. You want to stay glued in. And then lengthen from there. So, yeah. Reach forward through both sides. Exhale, twist. We are breathing. You are breathing. You are a body with breath. You are not just a body happening in space on its own. Look up, look back. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat, anchored warrior two. Open yourself apart fully. You're opening your hips. This is a pose of no nonsense, of getting open and going deep. Can you bend in deeper into the front leg and pull your right hip back, left hip back. Tailbone down and navel in. And when all else fails, it's as simple as breathing. Where you hold on. Even now, like, I'm trying so hard to make a certain person show up, or are we settling for who really is showing up? That's hard. That's why I love this practice again. Because I was a faker before this practice. And you have to get real. Because being fake takes up too much room in your body. So from fingertip to fingertip, get real. Get open. Bend deeper because it's there, it's available. And exalt your warrior. Open up through the whole side, extended side angle, elbow to knee. And like you're pulling your chest, your crown of your head to the orange wall and your chest open. Be a body with breath. Bigger ujjayi, louder breath. And if you're super good and loud, then let your neighbor hear you because they may need your help. And we're not islands on our own. Energy in this room, we share it together. Reach up, reach back, look up. See, eyes open, Cannon. Exhale, hands to your mat, low push-up together. Can you wait for your neighbor? Up dog. And downward facing dog. Pull those outer shins in, hug down. And whew, you need to empty out a little vitality, build teeth. You don't have to suffer in it. For 2 more ujjayi breaths. This is your life, right here, right now. So we move on, coming to the front of the mat. Heels will lift. Bend your knees and step or hop forward. Lift halfway. Dive down. Chair pose. It's your favorite. I saw that Carly was requesting it. That was really long. Shoulders down. That's true. You're not invited back anymore. Just kidding. Inhale. Hands in towards your heart center. We're twisting to the right. Prayer twist. So your hips stay lined up. This is about getting into the spinal twist. So look down at your knees and make sure that they're lined up. And then can you sink your butt below your heart so that your heart stays open? Spreading your wings, possibly looking up. Wherever you go, eyes open. Breathe one full breath in. Look up, spread your fingers. Exhale, forward fold. Really, you'll feel better if you do that. Take your feet hip width. Grab onto your big toes. So forward folding, starting with inhaling, lift halfway, shoulders back, and with your open heart, you pull in. And it's not a contest to see how straight your legs are, and then you lock them out and you're not getting anything out. It's not a contest at all. You're just pulling back in. This is great to do at this point in the practice. To come back to the simplicity. It's not just posing. It's filling your space and coming back to the union with the self. And we don't have to stick our feet behind our heads and stand on one leg to be in yoga. One breath in, sit bones lift. Exhale, how much can your heart and head give up? Drop your hands from your feet and go back to chair pose. Sink right into it. Low, low, low you go. even lower, navel in, hands to your heart, and twist to the left. Keeping your hips lined up and pull out of the waist from there. Breathe in and exhale. Maybe spread your wings. Maybe open your eyes and look to the side of the room or up to the sky. Sink lower. One more breath. Exhale, forward, fold. Feet hip width, gorilla pose. So walk your hands underneath your feet. So big toes into your wrists. So walk even just a little bit more. So the more those toes press into those wrists, really honestly, the better it's going to feel after all those chaturangas. Yeah, really get in there. Spread your toes around. Massage your wrists a little. Like, get dirty with yourself. It's okay. And then keep pulling the chest in and the sits bones lift. Active listening. Say this a lot, but what's driving the bus right now? Your body, your brain, your breath. Honestly, look at what's driving the bus. And then bring it back. Exhale, sigh down. Take your hands from underneath your feet. Take them all the way together. Click your heels and click your toes. Halfway lift, your hands are shoulder width apart. Ready for a crow. Hands down and see what happens. Giving up expectations, fears, or doubts. Just trying it out. So see if you can get your hips higher and your knees wide. And just make the connection like strong foundation between arm and leg bone. And maybe just see if you can even tilt forward a little so your fingertips are white with it. Keep looking forward. Don't look back at your feet. Don't look back at the past. One more breath in. Ujjayi if you still got it. Exhale, low push-up. So stepping or hopping back. Up dog to down dog. And release the breath. Upper arm goes back. One more breath in. Exhale, sigh. Heels lift. Moving on. Bend your knees, step or hop. Come forward, lift halfway. Dive in. And rise all the way to standing. Heart pulls open. Eyes open. Hands touch. Can you even stay here and go back? And go back more as you root through your feet. Inhale, opening. And hands come in towards your heart center. And eyes open. And you can have your hands down into Tadasana just by your sides. Not like we're waiting in line for Chick-fil-A. No, like we're awake. In your power, in your vitality. As we move into equanimity, keeping your breath even. Getting out of your head, because otherwise you're going to fall on your face. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're going eagle pose on the right side. So right arm under, right leg over, and squat right into that left leg. Balance is your thing. Again, eyes open, find your point. Point to pull your energy out and know that you're bigger than what's being trapped in by your skin right now. So if you're only living skin deep, you're bigger than that. Send your energy out with your gaze, with your breath. Wrap around your center line, and can you go up higher with your fingers as your shoulders draw down? Can you look up and take one breath, ease your jaw. Exhale, hands down, feet down, and rise up fresh. And go right to the other side. Left arm under, left leg over, eagle pose. So once we find our center, be really selfish with it, like grab onto it. Because that's the center of the self, and nothing is worth getting rid of that. That is your foundation, really. It's not just your feet. Use your jaw a little. You can have a little fun. Reach up through your fingers, open your eyes, lift your gaze. Hands down, feet down. Inhale, sweep up, tall hands touch, and back to your heart center. Back to your mountain. And if you don't end up right on your feet, you can shift around a little. Because sometimes we don't end up on our feet. I wish we always did. Feet at 12 and 6. As you ground into your left foot, lift your right leg up. So going for a single leg stand. So bending the knee, flexing the foot. You need to be bigger to really feel anything happening. Wrap around your big toe or your foot and push the heel forward. But press through the standing leg to find the height, to find the ease. Remember, this is simple. Expand with your breath. Exhale, open the leg out. And we're close enough. If your neighbor's there, give them a lift with their leg. They will appreciate the help. We're not an island. Nobody wants to touch. I touch you guys. I'm not afraid. All right, on the next side, you're touching. Look up. See, look, it's what you can't do by yourself, you can do with someone else. Like most of us can't do a back bend by ourselves here, but if you were holding on to your neighbor, that would be possible. So we get out of our own shell. Exhale. Take it out of it, foot forward. We're going right to Dekasana, airplane pose. Push your right heel back and fly. Heart above your chest. Like your palms are spread, almost like you're gripping basketballs because they're catching air. You know, like when you were a kid and you weren't afraid to be stupid and you would stick your hand outside the window and catch the air? That's what your hands are doing. Feel lifted in the heart. Feel the ease. Inhale. Hands down for half moon, so the left hand stays. Right hand can come to your hip or to the sky. Why lock the standing leg if you could use all that power that you have in your muscles? Lift the muscles, hug them around the bones. Open up through the heart, and if you can, turn your chest to the sky or gaze to the sky. One more breath in is it. Exhale, forward, fold. Oh, just release out of it easy. Maybe sway around a little. Inhale, right up to standing. Right up to standing with a standing back bend, open heart. And hands in towards your heart center. And back to your mountain. Some of you like to look down. There's nothing that exciting on the floor. That was yesterday's dirt. Let's look forward. Root in. It's like the dot on the map. If you don't know where you are, then how do you know where you're going? Find your dot. And then lift your left leg. Lift it up. Keeping yourself like you were standing. And this leg didn't make any difference to you keeping your north, your alignment, your lift and ease. And then whatever the leg does to get you there and open out, and hopefully you're not afraid to help your neighbor this time. Use your hands to give them that lift. You can keep your knee bent and just open out, because really opening in the hip is great. Maybe take your gaze up, look up, and slowly come back through center. Stick that leg like it's going to punch into the orange wall and kick back into airplane pose. Toe and knee point down. Notice if you start to hold your breath. That doesn't really help. Get to the point of acceptance. You're not gripping and trying to control. Holding your breath is a sense of trying to control. Because sometimes you fall and it's okay. It's okay to fall. Heart lifts, inhale. And right hand down for half. Breath above all else. What is steering the ship? What is driving the bus? Can you open your palm to the white wall so that the shoulders stay plugged into the back? And maybe take your gaze to the white wall if it's possible as you try to pull that left hip over the right. Yes, yes, look up. Can you go back? One more full breath. Exhale and release slowly to forward fold. Very nice. And let it heavy. Good, let it go. Good. Whew, and inhale, standing back bend, fresh start. Lift up, lift off. Hands in towards your heart center. And we're going to go right to tree. So anchor into the left foot. And your right leg's going to come up. And it has options. Yoga's always a choice. Just don't go right underneath because that would be a long-term bad choice. Hands in at heart center. Remember, just like you were standing on 2 feet. Plug in through your center. Press your foot into your thigh into your foot. Grow tall. See what's possible if you don't feel so weighed down by your own set of troubles, by your own set of doubts. Can you lift up, find the ease and the lightness? I was talking with Toddy when we first came in today, and we were doing the typical girls bash on themselves party about what we don't like about ourselves. Like, how much time can you spend picking yourself apart versus how much time can you spend reaching for what's right? There is something right and good. Inhale. And exhale back through center and drop your feet down. There's something good. I feel like we kill ourselves slowly every day. Rooting through your right foot and lift your left leg up. Root tall and know these legs are strong. They have a function. You can stand tall, look up, reach up. Fill your space with good stuff. Leave the negative for somebody else. Not today. There's no room. Fill up only with good. Look up, reach up, go back. And hands in towards your heart center, foot down into standing. Inhale, standing back then. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Low push-up. So you get a flow back, a little keep back. Up dog. Down dog. Get your movement in your body back. Right heel. Rise up. Lift it up. Exhale, place the foot forward. And go warrior one. So not the warrior one we did the last 4 times. This one is new. No man steps in the same river twice. So be new. Inhale, go up. Warrior 2, same thing. It's brand new. You have shifted. Straighten the front leg. And go in for triangle pose as you reach long in the sides of the waist. Rooted through your feet, maybe sending up your toes. Give yourself this test. Can you root down without forcing in and without locking in? Tailbone towards your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat for a wide angle forward fold. So both toes turning. Rooting through the sides of the feet. Can you get your hips up to where they sit in a plane with your heels? So you're sitting on an imaginary wall back here. Halfway lift so that you feel the length. And then dive into the center of the chest, forward fold. And just like from before, a great place to come back. To monitor and listen. Plug your legs into your hips. Halfway lift on your next inhale. So get long out of your waist. And walk back to the front of the mat. Turn your front foot. Going for an intense side stretch or pyramid pose. Bringing the back foot in maybe just a bit so you can feel really rooted into the back leg. Hips both forward. Halfway lift so you pull out long. And then dive your chest in. And you can keep your hands to the floor. You can go for an arm bind. You can take your hands, interlacing behind your back. And not keeping them there, but lifting, opening the heart. Whatever you need to do, feel the heart pull in. Pull in. Inhale, halfway lift. Left hand stays down for revolve triangle. You may need the block. Because you want to keep the hips square as you reach out and then add that twist. So getting that heat back in. Oh, we thought we twisted everything out, but there's always that stuff that hides. You stay firm in your foundation, eyes open, and just take a breath in. Let it be about breath. And exhale, hands to your mat, low push up. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. It's not about the pose. It's about who shows up. Left heel, lift up. Exhale, foot forward, warrior 1. Brand new you. Reach up. Heart is open to it without expectations. Warrior 2. Pull apart. Open up. Straighten the front leg and triangle pose. Leading in through the left side. Let your breath drive the bus. Your body expands. Your breath fills your space. The thing with the body is that that's how we experience life. And that's really easy to get confused with it. That's the extent of it. It's not the extent, it is your vehicle. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat, forward fold over to the right. So wide angle forward fold, yes. And if you can plug into both feet, lift halfway, and dive in. Breathing. So this is a grounding pose, so feel the outer ankles pressing down into the mat. Feel the energy in the backs of the legs lifting up. Open heart diving through. What do you need to give up to get that nice, even, steady ujjayi driving the box? Maybe you don't have to try so hard. Halfway lift. Back to the front of the mat for intense side stretch. So square yourself up. It maybe even helps to bring your thumbs to your hip points so you can feel them squared up and actually pull back on your hips to the back wall. Inhale, halfway lift so the heart is open. Really take the time to roll your shoulders back and into the back body. Let the blades of the shoulders come in together. So you should feel the heart open and it just pulls down as far as it can go without rounding, without slumping. You can drop the head because it's heavy and we get tired of holding on to it. Maybe even shake out some of that stuff that we hold on to in the head. Intensely press even through both feet and pull your heart in deeper and take one more breath in. One more breath out. Drop your hands down to keep the right hand down. Revolve triangle. So the front leg is straight. Yeah, maybe shorten your stance just a little bit because you really want to feel anchored. This is grounding, so it doesn't help if we're not in our feet. Very nice. And then just pull back. Lengthen out of the sides of the waist. Draw your shoulders back and just open. And then think, get out of the pose into the breath, into this body. Breathe into the back body. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat. Low push up and touch. Up dog. Down dog. Breathe in. Yeah. Plank pose. Keep breathing. Keep steady. And another pose to cook in, because it's like we think we've done the work, and you have done the work. But maybe there's still more that needs to be given up. Staying steady in your foundation, in your feet, in your legs, in your core, in your arms, back of your neck. How long can you get? How much can you expand to fill up your space in this world right here? Down to the mat, exhaling as you go. Whew, smile because you don't have to stand up again. And training is taking away all those standing poses. You're good. We're ready for some igniting, right? We're not fired up enough. No, we're just going to open the heart. Welcome all that work we've done. So hands down by your sides for locust pose doing one round. So you can keep your feet on the mat to begin. Press in through the tops of the feet. Lift up, heart up. Be ready for it now. Strong in your base and your legs, and if you want to send them off the floor, go for it. Lift up. And lift down, go down, take in here. Yeah, if there's no size, that means we should hold longer. Because you want to get to that point where like this practice is trying to wear you out. It is trying to strip you down and take away the years of resistance that you carry around with you. It is meant to be hard. Because you have to conquer the physical if you want to crack the shell and get into the good stuff, right? Your chocolate center. Forehead back to your mat. You can stay in locust pose or go to bow, floor bow. So go up, you're grabbing onto your ankles, flexing your feet, and pulling yourself back with the strength in your legs. And breathing is steady, and maybe the ujjayi can stay, maybe it's a little belabored, but at least keep the breath even for 5, 4, 3, eyes open, 2, 1, and lower down. Oh, did we get a bigger sign on that one? Okay. And then either windshield wiper your legs or massage your back out. Feels good to open the heart. They're my favorite. Upward facing dog. So you've been here, hold here for an extra breath as your thighs lift off the mat. So press into the tops of your feet. Yeah, I know. You look tired. It's okay. Roll your shoulders back and say, I got one more up dog in me, Cammy. And then roll back on your toes. Downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees. Come to kneeling. And do one ustrasana, one camel pose. So if you have your block, you can put it between your thighs. It's just a good guide. You don't need it though, you can pretend. Energetically grab an invisible block, wrap your thighs into it, and try to push it to the back wall. Toes tucked under or feet flat, grab onto your low back. Inhale, and go back, grounding. So imagine that you have a string tied to the very center of your chest, and it's not just pulling you back to the back wall. It is trying to lift you up to the sky. So wrap your shoulders into your back body to broaden more. Drop your head. Drop the doubt. Shine out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold on to your back and come up and just kneel for a second. Closing your eyes. Sometimes it's nice to, quote unquote, do nothing. Eyes closed. Sometimes after an active practice, the idea of doing nothing is actually the hardest thing. Because then you just sit with the person who showed up. Maybe there's been that shift. Welcome maybe more. Exhale and empty out even more. And then you're just coming onto your back. So cross your ankles and come onto your back. Ready for bridge pose. So you're on your back, heels in towards your seat. And then go up into bridge. So pressing through the four corners of your feet, lift your hips up. So wrap your shoulders, press them into the mat. You can even bend your elbows, pressing your arms in, or interlace your hands, pressing your whole arm in. See if you can lift up higher by drawing into the back body. See what's possible. Press through the back of the head to be nice to your neck. And then see, can you go up even higher? And can you go up even higher? And until you can't do that anymore, so don't quit on yourself. I know it's almost there. Exhale, lower down to your back of vertebrae at a time. Remember to breathe. Okay, inhale, go right back up. Right back up. And you can go into wheel pose. Yogi's choice. Remember, we want to get real. We want to fill our space. It is simply feeling alive in your hands and in your feet, and the pose that gets you there. Without excuses, without room for doubt. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Breathe in. Let it go. One more. Go up. Don't look so mad about it. We got this. Together, hear your neighbors. Breath. You are opening up for good stuff today. Let your heart open, your head be heavy. For 5, 4, so you can straighten your arms. 3, yes. 2, straighten. 1, great job. And lower down, tuck your chin under, and then lower. Wonderful. Soup to bottom, your feet together and your knees apart. And just breathe. Nothing to do. It's okay. Sitting in silent observance of your breath. Evening it out again and giving up what you must to get that back right away. And the knees together. And feet up to the sky, flexing your feet. And take your hands behind your head. I know that's your favorite part. Navel in towards the spine. And take your right heel and lower it down 45 degrees or as low as you can go without busting out your back. Flex your feet, keep your legs plugged in, legs straight. Lift your shoulders and head up off the mat. Yes, we're doing 10. Let's go 10. So you're just lifting your shoulders up. Your legs are staying the same. Just lifting your shoulders for 10, 9, 8, just your shoulders. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows wide, both feet up, give them a press into the sky, and then drop the left heel down and lift up. Let's go 10, 9, wrap your shoulders into your back. 7, feet strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up, press them up into the sky, and then hug your knees in towards your chest. Not too bad. That was no problem. Rock side to side. And then rock forward and back. So back to your shoulders and up. And maybe 3 times just because it's fun and we'll add a little lightness. And ending in Navasana, which is boat pose. So when you roll up on the 3rd time, find your seat. You sit up tall. Feet are flexed, shoulders back. And then just check in with your breath. And can you maybe straighten your legs and lift your heart up higher? Can you shine out and fill your space? Feel it in your face. Inhale. I know Paige looks miserable. How about a low boat? Because everybody loves those. Oh, okay, high boat. Okay, low boat. High boat. Low boat. If nothing else, you should be smiling because this is ridiculous. Lift up and lower. Last one. Biggest. Okay, downward facing dog. Please breathe. get to turn off the fluorescent bulbs. You know that's good stuff. Right heel lift. And exhale, take the foot forward for pigeon. So the knee leads to the outside of the front hand. Hands frame out your hips. Heart should be really open, so why not give it that extra little lift, open in your throat. And from that chest, pull it down to the mat. Get in your breath, your Ujjayi breath back. So whatever's in the way of that, and maybe, sometimes the only thing in the way is ourselves. I stand in my own way a lot. Find the place where you stand in your own way, and can you give it up? Every inhale, away from the hips. And exhale, melt the heart and breathe into the back body and fill up those areas that are often ignored. Steady breathing will calm you down and get you out of fighting and out of wanting to run away. Get you into that place where you can stay. How about one more breath in? Fill up, space your body. And exhale, you empty completely where you are. Whatever you need to do, get it all out. And then walk your hands up. And bring your foot back for downward facing dog. You can move, you can shift. Kind of see, listen in. Have that conversation with yourself where you're actually just doing the listening for once. And then left leg lift up. And bring that knee forward, coming in for pigeon pose. Letting the back foot come down. You can lift up first or just lead the heart in for folded pigeon. Inhaling and exhaling steady. Where do you go when you are doing nothing? Because what this practice tells us, it's not about what you do. It's not about fancy clothes, and it's not about fancy poses. You're bigger than all that. Who are you being? Who shows up? Three Ujjayi breaths. And the last one, fill up full. And give up completely. And then bring yourself up. And you're just actually going to roll over to your left side and release your front leg forward. Going into forward folds, just going to bring both feet forward. So stack pose it again, sitting on your rump. You have to do a little booty flip, make that connection. Flex your toes, lift up, look up, heart leads. As you exhale, don't want to draw to your knees. Why stop there? Pull to the orange wall. Like reach beyond the feet. The feet are just there. You're going past that and the heart falls where it will. You keep reaching forward. With every breath, there's more to reach for. And with every exhale, there's more to give up. That space between. Staying flexed in your feet. Staying active in the pose and in the practice. Active in your breath. Shoulders pull into the back so you're not wearing those earrings. again, monitoring the person who shows up when you just have to stay. When you don't have the opportunity to shift and move out of it. When you're stuck in it, and the only thing to look at is yourself. It's all you're left with. That's what this practice does. Makes you go in. It allows for that possibility. For 3 more breaths. And when can you give up on that last breath? Like it's the final opportunity you had to give up whatever it is. So heavy. And then inhale fresh and light. Lift up, reach up, look up. And exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your bum. And go back for fish pose, Matsyasana. Back to your elbows, back to the crown of your head. So again, a gentle heart opening back bend here. Propped up high on the elbows if you can. Tuck the shoulders in. 1 big breath in. And exhale down to the mat by the elbows wide, knees falling down. Take your feet into your knees into your chest. Just hugging for a second. Taking 1 pose of rejuvenation. Now that you've done the work, it's like a little rejoicing in it. So it's an inversion of choice. And I'm just going to offer up shoulder stand, but if there's something else you'd rather do, do it. You can always just take your legs up and put a block underneath your sacrum. Shoulder stand is great for right now, especially since right after this we're going down to Shavasana. Or you can do inversion of choice. Remember, this is rejuvenating yourself. All that work that you've done, cleaning yourself out, getting ready to start fresh and conquer the rest of your day, because really it just got started. And you take 5 breaths in inversion. 5 full, slow, steady breaths. If you're in shoulder stand, I suggest going back to plow first, just so you can take your hands safely to the floor. So that's just taking your feet back, hands to the floor, and lowering then a vertebrae at a time. We're all going to end up with our knees hugging back into our chest where we left off right before the inversion. So just lower down to your mat, vertebrae at a time. And then when you get there, down, all the way, down. Yeah, relax, it's only knees in towards your chest. Give a tight squeeze. Drop your knees to the left. And your arms are out like goalposts with your right shoulder pressing into the mat. And that's where I want you to focus your attention for this pose. Because it's a pose. There's something happening here. It may feel like it's the arms. At the end of one thing, it's just the beginning of something else. Let gravity take over the knees. Don't worry about where they end up. 1 more full breath in. Empty out. And then back in through center. And take your knees to the other direction. So knees to the right. And again, you focus on opening up the chest. Keeping the heart open. Left shoulder pushing down. And let gravity worry about that other leg for a change. Even out your breath. And then empty. Bring your knees back in and hug them in tight into your chest. Show yourself a little love. Rock side to side. Maybe even squeeze up, get yourself into a tight, tight, tight little ball. And then Shavasana. Final melting in pose. In kids yoga, they call this pose the do nothing pose. So you're not doing anything, but you're being a lot. Let the breath be easy. Jaw be easy. Take the work out of it. Find the ease and lightness of showing up. Come into your breath in your body. Take up the space. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Wake up to that person who's driving the bus. Put your arms overhead, lengthen your body out. Fresh awakening for a fresh start on Thursday morning. Hug your knees in towards your chest and roll over to your right side. Keep your eyes closed, press up to your easy seat. Sukhasana, hands arrive at your heart center. Bowing your chin in. Sitting up tall. Simplicity. No need to overcomplicate your life or your poses or anything. Every breath is an opportunity to live yoga. It's really that simple. Join our voices together, ending this practice in 3 ohms. Inhale. Honoring the light in you and the light in others who shared your practice with me today. And I honor you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. A little off Thank you. Say hi, Karen. Sarah. All right, guys. Thank you so